take over.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure they can hear us. Can we get confirmation that you guys can hear us?
This is my Tigger, you guys. He got Tigger for me because we usually get something when we have a big event. Good. Everyone can hear us.
Good. Just wanted to make sure because I had to disconnect the Bluetooth.
Everyone can hear it.
All right.
Jackson has the same one. I think I might have sent that one to Jackson. How was it? An interesting question.
An interesting question for all of us.
Jeff, 10 out of 10? 1 out of 10?
9.5 out of 10.
What would make it better?
To speak to the specifics, I don't feel there's any single audio animatronic in that ride that is more impressive than the Wicked Witch of the West and the Great Movie Ride. I really don't.
Okay. Jason, what did you think of the ride, babe?
I'll give it a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Me? You can keep that ride.
Oh, no.
2 out of 10.
Wrong?
I did not like it. No, thank you. Not my favorite. Sorry, guys.
You did not like it.
I wanted off of it the second I got on it. Well, the thing is, it actually does have a little drop in it, and
yeah, that elevator section.
A lot of it is backwards, which I don't even like being in a car going backwards. It didn't stall, but it was breaking down. We were supposed to go in, and right when our boarding group was called,
about 8:30 in the morning,
we went up to it, and they were like, "Sorry, not taking any more." It didn't make me sick, and I think the next time I'll ride it, I'll be fine. But there was a lot of anticipation I just wasn't expecting.
We're also gonna give you an opportunity to watch some ride videos so you can orient yourself and familiarize yourself with the motion.
I didn't expect it to be intense. I thought it was going to be like the Great Movie Ride. I didn't know that it would move fast and go backwards, and you know, I'm kind of a party pooper, so don't take my word for it.
Well, you love Thunder Mountain, you know that. Don't take that away from you.
If you get sick real easy, that to me the drop was rough. I don't know. Yeah, most people are saying it's amazing.
I think it's a great achievement. I'm glad it's there. It really fleshes out the land. Galaxy's Edge is now a fully formed theme park land.
What are you trying to resist? See, what happened was when I got on the ride and it went up, all I could think of is it has to come back down.
Yeah, but not
so I got too distracted to even tell you what happened in the ride.
So the Resist is the Resistance it's the new rebellion in the new Star Wars film.
But I will tell you that it's big and it's impressive. And when we walked into the first showroom, I nearly fainted.
Your jaw dropped.
My jaw dropped. It's impressive.
Over there's where they're building the new Star Wars resort opening 2021.
What's the whole transporting thing? Cool.
The transport. So let's start from the beginning. Let's recap our entire day and tell you guys how you currently have to get on Rise of the Resistance. I don't care.
It's not easy.
If you have a VIP tour guide, if you're a hotel resort guest, if you're a local, if you're getting a day pass, this is the experience. So we woke up at 3 o'clock this morning to get ready for the ride. We picked up the nephew in the back seat, and we were on Disney property around 5:30, parked the car by 5:45, in line waiting 5:59, and there was a large crowd ahead of us. The park officially opened at 9 a.m. today, but if you didn't get there before 8:30, you're not riding the ride today.
Yep.
So, in case you're not aware of this, I'm going to formally describe the situation. They're using a system that's called boarding groups. And it's analogous to FastPass, but there's no pre-planning. Your reservation is linked to your gate entry, so you have to have a valid ticket to get into the park. And then once you're in the park, and you have to have scanned your band or your ticket to get in, you can then add people, the same people that you can make FastPass plans for, into your boarding group. And it's basically first come, first serve. So we got in, we were fine. They finally opened the park at 6:35 a.m. By the time we got in, we were put into boarding group 26. And you got to watch the app or have it push notifications set, and they'll let you know when you can go get in line. So far, so good. So as soon as we went in the park, we went and rode Smuggler's Run, the whole family together. Our cousins joined us, so we had our whole cockpit to ourselves. It was a lot of fun. And then...
Took 5 minutes.
That took about 5 minutes. There was no line there. We then went to Docking Bay 7 for the delicious breakfast. I can't rate.
Someone asked how the potatoes taste.
Those are great potatoes. I know
They taste
look
just like potatoes.
They know they look gross and purple, but it's just food coloring.
It's the most unappetizing looking food you'll ever see.
It's
but
supposed
it
to
tastes
look
good.
Star Wars, and I think it's great.
It tastes fine.
So finally, it's boarding group 26 now ready, and that was at 8:26 in the morning. So we had to wait about 2 hours till we could get on the ride. We walk up to it, and what do they say, Mary Ellen?
We are not taking any new passengers right now.
Nope.
So that was cute.
And they were nebulous about when we should return. So then we went and we rode Toy Story Midway Mania, which we did pretty well on. Then we made our way back, and they said, get in this line. So we got in the line, and then they came to us in the line and said, guys, it's going to be like about another 2 hours or so. So this is around 10:15 in the morning. So we had a fast pass for Tower of Terror. We went over there, you didn't ride it.
I didn't
we
ride it.
rode our fast pass for Tower of Terror. And then I was dutifully checking Twitter just to see other people confirming or denying if they were on the ride. Saw they were taking boarding groups again. We headed over there, got in our boarding group standby line, and I don't think we waited in line to get into the first pre-show
10 minutes.
more than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Met a really nice couple from Minnesota. They
Yeah,
were really
very
actually
lovely
by
people.
way of Iowa.
Oh, wait, they lost connection. So,
Sorry, this is always
so
the worst.
again, we were in line for about 10 minutes.
The hologram where Rey introduces herself and gives you your mission was really cool. And then from there, the doors open and you get on a spaceship, a transport.
Keith says it's the best attraction ever created by Disney.
Haunted Mansion's still the best. I don't think you can top Haunted Mansion. So you get on the transport, which is piloted by Nyen Yub from Return of the Jedi and a Mon Calamari captain, Lieutenant Beck. And that thing moves. It's actually taking you.
Yeah, you stand in it like you do in a monorail, but it moves. It shocked me.
Just like a monorail does. And you get tractor beamed into a first order Star Destroyer. They bring you in the cargo or the hangar bay, and there's TIE fighters.
It'll come back in a moment.
50 stormtroopers, and it's amazing. Jaw dropping.
I thought it was okay.
You were mouth agape when you were first in.
When I first walked into the first pre-show room where all the stormtroopers are lined up, I must admit I was shocked. And the pre-shows are fantastic. The ride itself, I think I'll be fine next time I ride it. But I thought it was going to be a slow-moving ride like the movie ride. And it's not.
I actually found the motion reminded me most of the teacups.
Yeah, it's a lot of spinning. It's a lot of going backwards. I don't even like to be in a car going backwards. Something about it I don't like. And there is a drop. And they were like, oh, it's not a bad drop. It's probably not that bad, but
Psychologically, you were just...
psychologically, I spent the whole ride going, when is this drop? Yeah, that is a cool scene, Sarah. The scene when you first walk in with all the stormtroopers lined up, it's as impressive as the first time you see Hall of Presidents. It's one of those, like, shock you.
Yeah, look at them all. Like, they're all there, and they're twitching, and their heads are moving.
It is immersive, no doubt.
No, I'm very glad.
Honestly, Michael, what I think's going to happen is you're still going to be able to ride it, and they don't call it a fast pass, but basically you won't have to do the boarding pass thing. This is my guess.
We saw people being escorted to the front of the line.
No, it's not a roller coaster.
No, it's a trackless ride, similar to the Remy's Adventure in Disneyland Paris or Mystic Manor in Disneyland Hong Kong.
And
what is it, 5 and 4? 5 in the back, 4 in the front?
what the hell are you talking about?
Number of people that sit.
I don't know. I was so out of it.
Oh, okay. And then, because our neighbor, who was also out there, Travis, he was there with his family, and they got evac'd off of it, and they got fast passes to come back later that they couldn't use. And so he walked up to us and said, hey, we got some extra fast passes. Do you want to go on it again? Mary Ellen said,
No.
but having done it a second time, once you get those, first time jitters.
Just anxious, not nauseated.
Yeah, you weren't nauseated by it. I think you're going to like it. Maybe if it's, once the crowds die down a little bit in about 5 years or so. But
it's really not bad. I was expecting a slow moving ride, and it's not.
You thought it would be more like the movie ride where you're going through scenes.
No, it's kind of a fast moving. It goes backwards. It does drop you at one point, and that's not for me. But From what I could tell from in between panics, it was beautifully done, huge. The ride is huge.
And I don't want to nitpick it to death, but there's a scene at the end where Kylo Ren confronts you. Why doesn't he have a lightsaber? That would be far more impressive if he's menacing you with a lightsaber. He's just standing there kind of gesticulating at you.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
See, I was so panicked. That's the problem.
I still didn't find any of the motion on the animatronics in there were more impressive than the Wicked Witch of the West, who would, which one of you fell on my sister? Was it you? I thought it's not, none were on par with like the Na'vi shaman.
And I'm sorry I didn't get to scope much, but that place was packed.
Yeah, we don't do
this
a lot
morning
of
when
scoping it's packed.
we were waiting to scan our ticket, we were waiting with 2,000
I don't want to be
people.
that guy
It
in
was a
line
lot.
that's got his camera phone shoved in the person in front of me's face.
Right at the end of the ride, it gives you a drop. And honestly, it's not as intense of a drop as I'm making it out to be. It's really not. It's just something about it that I wasn't... Yeah, that's how I was. I was so panicked waiting for it that I couldn't relax.
So if anyone can hook us up with some Xanax, we'll get Mary Ellen back
We'll
on
get
that
me
ride.
back on it. But I'll do it again. Now that I know what it is, I think it might be a little bit better, but I don't want to be the bummer that hates everything, because I don't.
But I'm glad it's there. What an amazing achievement for Disney Imagineering. It's a great attraction. I can't wait to go on it again.
It's beautiful in there.
I tell you, I feel bad.
Yeah, it's like the pirate shop. It's not even that bad.
I feel bad for the people that are on their once-in-a-lifetime Disney resort vacation, and they don't know they're supposed to show up there at 5 in the morning.
I don't think they're going to get rid of those boarding passes for a while, because they were done with them by 9 a.m.
Yeah, because the boarding passes essentially work as a first-come, first-served fast pass system. And you have to be in the park to get them.
Yeah, and so I think they're going to keep doing that for a while. And I think, Michael, and this is just me speculating, of course, but I do think as long as they're doing the boarding passes, you can tell your plaid, well, we just want to get in this boarding pass, and they'll probably let you go in. You'll still have to wait 30 minutes, but you'll get in. And you can't get your kids in that early. If you had little children,
Getting them up at 5 in the morning, good night.
Please, you could never have done it. I'm just...
Yeah, and it's not like you could send dad in to, go get the boarding pass, because everyone has to have their tickets scanned.
And Keith says here he feels bad for people who don't know about the boarding. If you don't know and you show up at 9 and you think you're doing right, and it's just too late.
If you showed up at 8:30 and you thought, whoo, I'm here 30 minutes before the park opens, I'm set. Nope, you're not getting on that ride today. And heck, if you're in boarding group 60 or 70, you may not get on that ride today. It broke down. It was more broke down than not broke down today.
It kept breaking, and I'm afraid that if you got a boarding pass in the 70s or 80s, you're not getting on that thing today.
Yeah. Now, I could be wrong, and I hope you do, but...
Treat the boarding pass like a fast... That's what I'm thinking.
That's essentially what it is, because there's no standby.
It is a fast pass. So, Michael, I'm thinking what they're going to do is just let you go in. And, yeah, you have to wait 30 minutes, but you still get to go right in.
And really, once your boarding pass is called, as long as there's not a big backlog due to the ride being down, it's a really quick process, and the line is really part of the experience. I want to go through those Rebel caves. They're really fun.
You've done it 4.5 times now.
4.5.
I really do think that if I just... And once I ride it again, it won't be near as bad as I'm having in my
It's not
head.
on a full night's sleep either. That's also part of it.
I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning, y'all. I'm lucky to be standing.
But now there's no ride at Disney World you haven't done.
That's true. I just, halfway through it, I was like, I have to get off this thing or I'm going to die. And it really wasn't that bad. I'm being hyperbolic and over dramatic.
But that's what I love about you.
That's my job. And
It's
that's
my
what I
job
do.
to be the cool, calm cucumber and be like, hey, it's all good. And you got a prize.
I did get a prize. Yeah, you can't get your kids up that early. There weren't a lot of little ones up that early.
It was mostly dudes in their 30s and 40s.
Carl didn't make it on. I ran into Carl today, you guys.
Carl, we saw Carl. I didn't get to run into Brad. We did see our neighbors and my cousins. In fact, we're going up to the village.
Oh, and Mike and Terry, who we had to bail on.
But they're going to be here through Wednesday, so we're going to see if we can
might
go
come out Tuesday night.
Yeah, if we can. I want to give him that Remy magnet.
Yeah, the boarding pass is very much like a fast pass. Very much like a fast pass.
It reminds me of what's called the Max Pass system that they use in Disneyland, where once you enter the park, you can use the app to book a fast pass, but it's essentially first come, first serve.
You'll be okay, Stephanie. Again, I'm telling you that I'm being hyperbolic and over-exaggerated and a little dramatic because I'm
If you're
whiny.
hesitant, go on YouTube and go to all the big Disney vloggers and watch some ride videos. That'll give you a good feel for what's coming your way.
That's correct, Michael. It's like a fast pass, but you can't book it ahead of time.
Yeah, it's like the old paper fast passes that used to.
I just got a feeling your plaid's gonna put you in whatever boarding pass you're welcome to. It would be a great system if you could book that days out. But they don't let you book it till you get in, which is where the rush was this morning, was actually getting into the parks, and then everybody stopped and got on their phone.
But it's smart because it's not a rush to get to the ride, it's just a rush to get on your phone and book your boarding pass.
Yeah, Stephanie, you will be fine. I'll be fine the next time I ride.
Ask Stephanie, what's the most intense rides that she'll do? And I'll let her know if she'll be okay or not. But you have her tell me through you. You know what I mean.
I thought honestly, I think it's a great ride. I just think
having done it twice today, the second time was nowhere near as intense.
It didn't sit with me right because it wasn't what I expected. And I don't think that that's Disney's fault or that it's a bad ride.
No. You're giving your initial impressions, and you're also trying to warn people.
People there were... Yeah, our cousins were there at 4:15 this morning. They were like the 20th person in.
I was getting out of the shower, and my cousin's like, "Are you guys here yet?" Like,
No. We're going to meet them for lunch, so...
But like any ride, guys, I remember when Universal Orlando opened and there was the massive failure that was the original Jaws ride, where it would go down for 5 hours a day.
You'll be fine, Stephanie.
Yeah, that's not out analogous.
She can do the mine train, and she's okay with Space Mountain.
If you can do Space Mountain, you'll be fine.
It was more psychologically what I did in my own head than it was anything else.
But hey, that doesn't discount how real it is to you.
Well, I'm just telling you that I didn't like it, but you can't do the Harry Potter... Oh, I can't even tell you. I haven't been on the Harry Potter ride yet, so I'm not helpful with that.
Forbidden Journey or the Gringotts? I've heard there's a drop in the Gringotts ride that's worse than Rise of the Resistance. So if you can do Gringotts, you can do this.
Yeah, it really was psychologically way worse for me than it actually was physically.
Well, you go up in basically an elevator, and you thought you were going to drop that distance. And you don't drop anywhere near that.
I was like, we're going up, we have to come down, and then I panicked. That was where the problem was for me.
I think when that transport takes you in, it also takes you down. So when you go up, you don't go back down again.
And the idea of dropping and not being on a track, no. See, that's all psychological. It's not really as bad as I'm making it out to be. But something about that was not good. I might as well have been on Splash Mountain.
How do you do? Mighty fun to see you. Where's
Jeff,
the Rebel base?
Jason, you said it was a 9 out of 10.
Is there anything you would do to improve it?
I'd make the drop a little bit bigger.
He would make it more intense.
See, he don't love his aunt.
He went on Tower of Terror today with his uncle. It was badass.
They got to do Rise twice, Tower of Terror, and we got to do
Midway Mania,
plus breakfast.
Oh, and Smuggler's Run.
So it was a good day out there.
Docking Bay 7 breakfast. That's my favorite meal. That's my favorite thing to eat in all of Galaxy.
If you can do Splash Mountain, you can do Rise of the Resistance.
Oh, with your eyes closed, you'll be fine.
Because Splash Mountain's all about that psychological build-up.
Yeah, 9 minutes building up to that big drop.
Mm-hmm. And it knows exactly what it's doing.
5:35.
I think you will all enjoy Rise. Just go in knowing that it's not a slow-moving ride. You can't do Smugglers. Okay, see, that's all over the place. I don't know what to tell you about that. If you can do...
Well, see, because this Rise of the Resistance is not a motion... Actually, no, there are components of it that I would say are like a motion simulator.
To me, everyone says it's the biggest ride Disney's ever done. It doesn't look like the biggest ride Disney's ever done.
It's not just that it's the biggest in terms of size. Obviously, the Great Movie Ride and Universe of Energy were physically larger. But it's a culmination of so many different technologies and systems. Animatronics, projection mapping, like you said, even drop elevators, trackless ride systems. When we went the second time, we essentially went on the other path that you don't go on the first time. And that's the one I prefer. I wish you could go, because that's the one where the walkers shoot right at you.
Did it drop you both times?
Yes.
Okay. Don't drop me.
And that's the ending when you go to your escape pod.
Don't drop me. I don't like being dropped.
Oh, I'll never drop you.
See, but you guys might not mind that, and a lot of you obviously don't because you ride Tower of Terror, so it won't be a problem for you. And again, it was big. I didn't see anything because I was panicking. So really, Jeff is your best bet for an accurate review, and Jason. And our neighbor Travis, who you guys don't know.
Man, he hooked up those paper fast passes, and Melissa's face just lit up. She was like, she was like, should I let Steve go? And he's like, no, you go. And it was so sweet.
That was sweet. The wildest I like to get is Thunder Mountain.
You're a little iffy on Slinky Dog Dash.
No, I'm flat out won't do it.
You won't do it now?
Mm-mm.
Okay, there you go. You love the mine train.
Yeah, but I have to be in the front row.
There you go.
Or I won't do it. I'm a weenie, you guys.
No, I love my weenie.
I'm a scaredy cat. That's personal.
Sounded weird.
That's really personal. So, no, don't listen to me at all. You guys will have a fun on it.
Hey, we're giving you our honest, unfiltered opinions.
Yeah. I think you guys will all enjoy it. I really do. And I think I'll enjoy it the next time I ride it.
You want to go tomorrow morning?
No.
I didn't think so. We're probably not going to... What's that?
When am I going to the beach? But I need
That
to
would be fun.
I need to put my Christmas up.
It's true, we still haven't gotten to that. We might do that tonight.
Everyone else putting their Christmas up. And you guys, this LSU game is at 4 o'clock and it's driving me crazy. Go Tigers. They gotta win. No problem. Well, that's our review of Rise of the Resistance. Basically, the review is everybody liked it but me, and I'm an idiot, so...
No, that's not true.
Everybody in the...
You psyched yourself out.
Well, thank you.
Let's go celebrate with some Village Inn pie.
I'm gonna eat a bunch of food and make myself sick. All right. Thanks, guys, and I'm sorry we didn't scope that much, but it was so busy.
We'll try to bring in more scoping soon. Don't forget, on the 21st, we got a golf cart at Fort Wilderness.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing that up right.
Michael, I really think they're going to do something for you, even if it's just put you in a what do you call it? You'll be fine. And I don't know. We'll be back soon.
Love you guys.
Love you.